Let me see if, all right, here we go. We got some people hopping in. All right. All right, guys. I know last week I was going to go over the whole week schedule or all of the plays from last week, but I just want to touch base on a few different flags and go from there, okay? The first one was SPI, right? SPI, it hit scanners. It had some volume right out of the gates, and you guys can kind of see it right here, right? This one is a different type of flag because it was whippy. When I see whippy flags, I try to place my orders on the bid. And the reason why I do that is because if you saw this on the 1 minute, which I know there's a bunch of people on voice, you see how just this dropped so drastically, and then it did it again, right? And this type of flag, when you're playing them, I try to time the 8 right on the 5 minute. Now in live time, when this is going, it's gonna kind of be a little bit away, right? Or you might miss it by like 5 cents, 6 cents, whatever the case may be. So you want to kind of spread them out. That way, if you do get filled, you're gonna get filled. And this type of flag setup, I'm literally looking for this to pull back and bounce right away. I want to get filled and see this bottom wick like start to pull up, and that's exactly what happened on this flag right here. So this one was good too because on the 5 minute 8 EMA you had both the 8 and you had VWAP. And if you think about it, guys, right? Every time we're watching the 5, as soon as it gets extended, we want to see it pull back. And if it pulls back and buyers step up, we're going to get one more leg up. And that's exactly what we did. That's exactly what happened right here. You know, it was a quick play. I was looking for the 750 break, right? I was literally looking for this 750 break right here. You know, if you zoom out and you kind of look left right here, you know, there's really nothing stopping it, you know, pretty much from breaking out right here. 750s would have been right here. You know, I was honestly looking for 790s, right? Pre-market new highs, but anyways, in that case, it just didn't happen. Let me see. Okay, so this is this type of flag. Again, I place these orders on the bid, and I don't buy the ask or market buy because sometimes you're going to get, you know, it's going to skip on you. So it's better to place an order on the active trader ladder or whatever platform you use and see if you're going to get filled. And what you want is like a good 50 to 60% pullback. Buyers just step up right here. This is exactly what happened. And then, you know, I was looking for that 750 break. It happened, you know, and it went to 769s, which is fine, right? If you get in right here, 713. I think I actually I'm pretty sure I had 716s on this one, you know. I posted in chat. But yeah, so this is that play. You know, it's still about 50 cents. It's a good scalp. And of course, you know, after that, the play died. But this is fresh momentum. It had volume on the 5. It gave us you know, a fresh pullback. Buyer stepped up, and then it broke to $0.50. Okay, that's this type of flag. Let me go to the next one. I'll go ahead, Buffo. Yes. So, okay, good question. So if I had layers on the bid, right? I'm looking at this. I'm like, all right, the 8, I know, during lifetime, right? Because this all catches up. Say this 8 was at 718, right? And you know, it's still catching up. It's extended. I would put bids like, all right, let me try to put a bid at 720, 722, and then 718, and then even maybe 710, just in case it does pull, you know, or does that flash dip, you know. And I try to keep it tight. Like if I want to take 2,000 shares, I'll kind of place them out, and maybe I'll get, you know, filled on all 2,000, and then I'm looking at the 1 minute now to see if it starts to ramp up. That way I don't, you know, get sold into, because that can happen, you know. So that's why I try to time it or get as close as I can. That way if it breaks, I'm not taking that big of a loss. Oh yeah, I'm cutting right away. Yeah, because that's when, you know, you'll get something. It'll look like this. Like say this is the pull, or you know, nice extension, and then it just pulls back and it just kind of sells through. It doesn't really, you know, buyers don't really step up to continue it. Again, this is fresh momentum. This is right out of the gates. You know, you get, you know, nice good volume. It pulls back. You know, so to me, a flag is anything that gives us a pull, and then it gives us that pullback, and then bounces back out. So that's the SPI one. You know, overall good volume, and this is what I want you guys to see on the one, because if you see this ramp up right here, we had about 800,000, 1.2, and then once it started to pull back, this was 160. And this candle right here has 212, but it was very light volume, so that's the only reason why I put orders on the bid, was because this gave good volume up, and then it started to give a light volume pullback. So if this right here was heavy volume, I'd be like, and then I would compare it, right? I'm comparing the volume up. If this was heavy volume starting to flush out, I would immediately just cancel my order on the bid, because then I'm expecting something like this to happen, where it's like, all right, heavy volume, and it's going to flush and the play's over. On any of these flags, I try to do my best and play the low volume pullbacks, because again, we're buying the dip. Let me go over, so I know a lot of us played PPSI flag. Again, a different flag. Let me see, I have 117. Okay, right here. Okay, so this is another flag that was actually played twice. Again, if you look at PPSI, it's like the same thing, right? We get this nice ramp of increasing volume out of the gates, and then we want to see the first pullback. We're not trying to play this kind of stuff and then, you know, see an immediate flush, because once this breaks, sometimes you'll see, you know, a flush right away. So on this case right here, same thing. This one actually dipped below the 8, but it's still fine. If you had to place an order on the bid, it's very similar to SPI. It pops up, it pulls back. Look at the VP right here. We have good volume up, low volume pullback. We're placing the bids, or placing orders on the bids around the 8. This broke VWAP, tapped the 8, and buyers stepped. If you can see this right here, buyers stepped up. As soon as this pulled back, it just continued right here on the 1 right here. So this is a good sign right here. And then if with these type of flags, if you get in early and it pops up and it doesn't follow through and kind of break out of the flag, that's perfectly fine. You want to take your profits, you know. Here goes a 1 minute flag right here. If you got in on this 5-minute 8, because I'm telling you guys, if over and over and over again, we're going to see nice rips. The first pullback to the 8, 9 times out of 10 is going to get bought up, and that's exactly what happened right here. So if you got in around 8:30s, you know, if you missed it and you wanted to wait until it reclaims VWAP, that's fine. You know, you got in at 8:40s, it pops up here and it starts to fail. That's at least a 20-cent guaranteed scalp, right? Now moving forward, this is still a 5-minute flag. Now we're having this flat top area right here. If you kind of see where this, it does break. It's premature, needs more time, it needs more buyers to step up, which is perfectly fine. This is kind of like the flat top. I had 869 on there. I was waiting for the first 5-minute candle to finally make a new high, and that's exactly what I have highlighted right here. This is exactly what happens, and you kind of see this volume. So when this kind of fakes out right here, makes new highs, but look at the volume right here. This is like, you know, confirmation, like, all right, this is not the time. We're trying to time these flags to ride the momentum and not buy this right here and say, oh crap, and get caught in this, stop out, take a big loss, and stuff like that. So if you would have bought this right here, first 5-minute candle to make a new high, and it didn't do this, I would stop out immediately and re-enter the play, anticipating this. So this is still a nice flag, nice 5-minute flag. VPA is all there, guys, it's still there. But this is what you want to see right here. You know, this is what you want to see on the 1. So this is kind of like the flat top area. You know, I know people are going to be like, oh, what do you mean flat top? It's this broke. Well, this is a spot where the price was getting rejected multiple times on the 1. You can kind of see it clearly right here on the 5. So this is just timing it. On these, you know, without a doubt, you can still take a small position or even a starter on these dips right here, because it's kind of, you know, making higher lows. If you see this right here, there's no problem to do that, and you can add into this strength right here once it finally breaks, and now we're looking for new highs, you know. And the best part about this is that you want to see where it's forming, why it's forming, and we're really looking for the whole dollar break, and that's what happens. It breaks it by a couple cents, which is fine. You can kind of see a lot of people take profits right here as soon as that whole dollar breaks, right? So that's that type of flag. This one, you're trying to time it. You might get chopped up a little bit, but the key is to, again, get in on the dips, get in on the pullbacks, and then add into strength. That way we can squeeze the bears out. That's that flag. And then I know you guys know the 3-bar flag. That was in my first stream, the second stream. Let me see. Yeah. Right. Right here. Yes, you can. Right here. This. Um. Which one? Right here, on the 5 or the 1. Yeah, this blue one's my 20. So my green one is my 8 EMA, and this is the 20 right here. This one right here. So, you could have. There's nothing wrong with that. It's a VWAP hold. This one was very whippy, and there's a lot of socials behind this. So I was kind of waiting for like the best entry. That way I don't get dumped on. You know, I don't think this thing had news that specific day, but it's just like a day 2 continuation type of thing because they had volume. Had news actually had earnings on the 15th. So that was that one. So I mean, if you kind of see it, guys, it's like very whippy. Like people are buying it, dumping it, buying it, dumping it. So I just want to wait. I'd rather get a good entry. You could have played this multiple times, added off the VWAP. There's nothing wrong with doing any of that because it's still a pullback. Here goes. All right, what was the one that we played pre-market? GOV. That's a good one. On the 17th too. That was actually this one. That was the one you nailed, Bofo. A lot of us nailed that one. Okay, here goes this one. All right, again, guys. First, if you look at the 1 minute, a lot of us play this as very light volume, but if we're playing flags, this is what we want to see. We want to see some sticks up, low volume pullbacks, and then for it to open up. And the best part about this is you're playing a flag. The setup's there, the pulls here, the low volume pullbacks are right here. You can risk VWAP, but what happened was that we got in early, and then all of a sudden right here, this is when the volume started to come in right here. And anybody who missed this is now chasing, playing half whole dollars. You have one flag right here, and the second flag right here. You could have played any of these on the 1, and then anybody who missed it was waiting for a nice 5-minute pullback, and that's exactly what we got right here. And if you would have played this, you kind of see this right here. We're looking for the first 5-minute candle to make a new high, and again, this is what we got right here. The volume wasn't like, oh god, this is like amazing volume, but it was there. The stock was moving, and again, this is what we got, the first 5-minute candle to make a new high, and this is the volume that you want to see on the 1 minute. It comes in, makes about over a little 100K. Anybody who was playing this, I'm pretty sure these. See how extended this is, guys. You don't want to like try to add a dip here and then make a few cents here or a few cents there, or get faked out and chopped out. Looking, where's the dip? Where's the dip? If you're just patient enough and just disciplined enough to like, all right, I'm gonna buy the first pullback that we get to the 5-minute 8 or VWAP, whatever is closer, and go from there, and then take a starter around here and then average up into the break of the first 5-minute candle to make a new high. And then we're looking for new highs, but it doesn't do that, right? So if you get this kind of sideways action, I would take profits, right? If it's not breaking out anymore and buyers are not stepping up, take your profits, because from here to right here is about 60 cents. That's a nice win, And if you average up, that's fine. You would have had more shares. Probably would have got like 40 or even 50 cents. That's still a nice win. So again, this is another different type of flag. It's extended. We're waiting for confirmation. We're trying to get in on the first pullback. We're not playing this chop and avoiding all that. There's that one. Oh, yes. Yes. Here, okay. Trying to like remember everything I wanted to go over. I'm looking at my notes. Okay. I remember, so say this is that flat top area and the other one, or this one right here. Say you get in early, all right? And as this is setting up and you start to see buyer step up, you don't want to buy exactly at the high of the candle, 1302. You want to add in before the break. So if it fails, you still can get away with scraping money off the table. And the best thing that happens is that when we play these setups, if it does break, we're in before. You know, this is the flag. It's anticipating the $13 break again. We're buying before. We're not buying right here. We don't have an order on the bid for $13 or on the ask, whatever. You know, we're buying anticipating the 5-minute candle to make a new high. You know, everyone's always like, buy the breakout, buy here. No, 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 no. We're doing the opposite. One, we're buying the dip. And two, we're adding before the break. Because if it does happen, we got in early again, and now we're just riding this momentum. We're letting everybody else who missed it chase, add more buying power, you know. In good cases, we'll squeeze out some bears, but this is really not that case right here. Same thing with the flat top, like you know, on PPSI, all right? Same situation, right? Pull up the 17th. Okay, so, and I remember this because I even said it in the invoice. You know, we're buying the dip, we're buying the pullback on the 5, and then we're adding before this 869 break. We're not adding at here, you know, because most of the time there's going to be a wall, right? If you see a certain area that has price rejection, there's going to be a wall there. A wall, a wall, a wall. We don't want to add into that wall because what happens if it just pops up and flushes on you? We want to add before the wall, let other people chop that wall down, and then ride the momentum up. You know, it's the best thing to do, in my opinion. And I'm not a financial advisor. This is just what I do and how I get away with not taking a cut because I'm not buying the breakouts, I'm not buying the top. I'm anticipating a move like this on any of the flags that we play when I'm averaging up for a 5-minute candle to make a new high. You know, I'm getting in on the dips and I'm adding before this flat top area or the first 5-minute candle. That would make a new high. GOV, just here, while I'm here, just EYPT. So this was on the 17th. It hit scans. Here goes a nice 5-minute flag. It was, you know, there wasn't a lot of much to watch sometimes. So again, nice push up. This is one of those, so this is a different flag, right? The volume is like, well, what's going on? Like, this is not the volume that we're used to, right? But here's the thing. This is when you kind of got to let it breathe on its own. You get in early, right? And you want to see buyer step up, right? This is the pullback. This is the first real pullback. I'm trying to always play the pullback on these things, right? I'm sorry, I was just reading the chat. It's just one of those that this is a flag where it didn't give us a proper pullback. So this is the first pullback, and here's the flag. You got the pole, and then you got the flag body right here. And look, this thing broke out, and then volume came in, right? Volume came in up here. It's crazy, right? We're trying to break new highs. So if you get in early, you let it breathe a little bit. You know, you try to get as close as you can to dip. All right, and this is kind of a flag that's holding the whole dollar. Sorry. You know, here's the thing. When I see people panic, oh, I didn't hold the whole dollar. Guys, you guys got to let it breathe. You know, if it's really going to hold that whole dollar, buyers are going to step up and you're going to maintain that $16 hold. Yeah, I remember this play too. You know, and again, getting in early, you can average up. You know, this is half whole dollar breaks, and this is a flag that went all the way up to almost 19 bucks. You know, that's 3 points right there, and it's stress free. Something I need to work on is I need a hold for the bigger move, And, if this thing pulls back, that's fine. You want to see buyer step up right here on the 1 minute, breaks out, starts to flush. I definitely would have not rode this all the way down, right? 1690s, I would have took profits up here, 100%. But I'm taking profits too early. I'm still satisfied with my gains, but every single flag that actually had eyes on it and gets volume is ripping, right? Like dollars and dollars and dollars amount. So, just to be patient, sell half and let the other ride until we see something that's like, all right, let me take profits now. Like I would have took profits here. Granted, it bounced off orb, which is nice. That's pretty much, you can call this an other flag, right? Holding vor, bouncing off previous highs. On this one, I would have been doing the same thing, looking for the first 5-minute candle to make a new high, and go from there. This would have got chopped up, and basically would have been playing right here. And again, if you look at this right here, say you would have missed this. Here goes a nice 1-minute flag. Pop up, lower volume pullback right here, and then it starts to break out again. Prague. Okay. Here's Prague's flag. This happened on 11/16. Right here. I know a lot of us. Here goes that. Dude, I love these right here. Again, this is a flag, and the reason why I'm pointing this one out, there's a 1-minute flag right here that we played. Nice pop up. It did pull back a lot, but it's still a flag to me. And if you guys know Prague's personality, it does exactly this, right? Pops up, flushes, maintains, buyer step up, and it starts to do this dance. This flag right here, this is my favorite one, right? Because it's like that stair step down. This is where we're like, well, Mikey, this thing didn't pull back all the way to the 8. That is totally fine, right? Where then you have to look at, you have to step back and be like, all right, what can I make a decision to actually buy this flag or this setup? It's holding the $half here. It's holding 450s. This made a huge move. It did give us about a 50% pullback already. If you kind of see where the volume started to increase, this is I like to see these right here as like the 3-bar flags. I'm looking at this huge volume coming in. People are taking profits, buyers are stepping up. So this is kind of a mix. You have to look at the one and see like what's going on in the flag. That's why I like this little crossover, so you can kind of see what's going on in this whole flag right here. Yeah, people are taking profits. That's Prague. Buyers are stepping up, and we're looking for the first 5-minute candle to make a new high. But in this case, I would have gotten in early. Notice that this is holding the $half. In any case, wherever these flags are forming, see if it's holding the whole $half, if it's bouncing off previous highs, the daily high, whatever the case may be. And we're looking for new highs on this flag. No, well, so no, I wanted it to, right? But as soon as it doesn't, and you see this right here, like you're like, oh, all right, like this is where it's holding up right here. It's basically holding the $half. So once it bounces, pulls back, does all this, funny stuff right here on the 1, it's basically saying, hey, we're holding the $half, we're not breaking it. And then if you look at the 5, it's making a nice 5-minute flag. And you can take your, take a stab. I know this thing didn't open up, but it's just getting into the habit of knowing where these are forming, why they're forming. The VPA is there, the stair step down. Of course, we wanted the $5 break like right here. That would have been money, because then you're playing this flag and you're only making 20 cents and you have to re-enter it. Here's a choppy 1 minute. This is still a 1 minute. I don't know if we play this or not, but no. Kind of want this result right here, to happen right here where it just rips. Okay, GGPI. Oh, let's go to GTECH. GTECH on Friday. I know a lot of you guys played that real quick. Pre-market. There we go. Okay, here goes another one, right? This is going to be, honestly, I remember seeing this one, right? I wanted this to pull back and bounce off here. Here goes a scenario where it breaks it by a couple cents. Guys, that is still perfect, right? Here goes pretty much the flag that I got in. This is the ramping volume. I missed this pullback, and I remember I was like, damn, look where it bounced off of. Got in right here on the first 1 minute pullback and for it to make new highs. Looking for the $8 break. You know, it doesn't happen. It kind of trades sideways. It does pull back again, basically back to our average right here. You can re-enter. You know, this is quick scalps, quick scalps. Here goes a nice 5-minute flag right here. If you guys would have saw this real time, let me get this out of the way. If you guys saw this real time, you got our ramping volume, a low volume pullback. This candle opens right here, pulls back. That's the flag. This is where you take a stab, right? And of course, look where we're looking for this again. I already had these lines marked out and I saved them. You know, this is going to pull back and probably bounce off this previous high right here. This is where we want it to break out. You know, that's what I'm looking for on any type of flag. I'm not trying to wait for too much confirmation. You know, you got the flag. This is the body. The new 5-minute candle opens. This is a flag where you have to get in and pay attention to the time. As soon as this thing opened, it pulled back and it bounced right off VWAP. And buyer stepped up. That's the flag. You know, just kind of see this pull, the pullback, and bounce. You know, this one was nice. That was a nice win on this one. So that's a different flag. It's you have to be there watching the whole move happen, or else you're gonna miss your entry. And then next thing you know, you're pretty much you're not chasing this pop right here, or even anything that's like right here. This is the sideways 1-minute flag. You know, so in this case, yes, if you would have missed this, you could have entered on that 1-minute flag and anticipate in the 9 break, which it didn't happen. Happened later. VOSO, this one was awesome. This one happened on Thursday. Yeah, I already got it mapped out. Guys, I'm sorry I'm not looking on the questions. I just want to go over this real. Thanks. Okay, so guys, this is one where I completely missed this one. You know, you could have played the first 5-minute candle making it high, but I just didn't. But this is the one that we caught, and this is the one that to me was a lot better to catch because then it opened up, right? We got ramping volume, a lower volume pullback, and buyer stepping up, right? And then as soon as this thing opened, we had orders on the bid on this one because in this one, the 8 was pretty much teeing up because this thing moved very slow. If a stock moves slow, the 8's going to catch up, right? If this stock just has so much momentum and it's ripping, the 8 is going to be like, you know, it's going to try to catch up to it. So that's when you got to play those levels like I talked about earlier, half whole dollars. Is it a 50%, 60% pullback? We're trying to take a stab, right? Because if a thing pulls back all the way, it's giving back all its gains. You know, so this is the one that I love to play. This is that 3-bar, you know, igniting bar. It kind of like sets up right here, lower volume pullback. It's not selling off. And as soon as this new 5-minute candle opened, it pulled back right away. This is, you can kind of see on the one right here. I had it highlighted right here. You know, it pulls back. Buyer step up, the new 5-minute candle closes, and it does that continuation, that U pattern. I love it, you know, because then you can add into this one. Once you see the strength right here, and you kind of see it on the one right here, this thing closes right here, and then just continues and continues, right? It was amazing, you know. Again, this is one that's you can even add into the anticipation of the whole dollar break again. You bought it on the 5-minute 8. Now it's gearing up to break the whole dollar. You're looking left. We're looking for these to like, we want this to make new highs right here in this situation, right? And if you didn't, I love to add in before the whole dollar breaks because we're usually going to get snaps out of that. Okay, another flag right here. Beautiful situation. It pops up. This is one where it starts to get extended. If you see this, this is why I believe, and I see this a lot, that this did exactly what it did, is because this new 5-minute candle open didn't give us time to breathe. Made new highs, people took profits, and then it starts to pull back right here. If you look right here, this is pulling back, buyers kind of step up, it tries to break out, it pulls back, the candle closes, and goes on from there. But the VPA is there, right? People take profits, that's perfectly fine, right? People are going to take profits. There's really nothing to look left if you zoom out, right here at least. So anybody who's playing momentum or is, looking for the 5-minute candles to make a new high, if you got in early, especially on this setup, this is kind of that continuation. This is a nice, another beautiful flag. This bounces off the 8 again. If you missed that right here, that's fine. Look what it did on the 1 minute for us. Look at the VPA. Nice ramping volume. Breaks this previous high. That's why we're probably getting this ramp of volume, because now it's making new highs. All right, every time something makes new highs, the bulls are going to step up, for the price to actually break this level right here. If you missed it, you kind of look at this beautiful 1 minute flag. Look at the VPA. Every time I see this, I always take a stab. It's just like, because it's not selling off, it's not getting rejected. Nobody's trying to stuff it, because if you were a bear or anybody on the other side, they saw that buyers are stepping up right here. That was pretty much it. I don't think I did not play any of this other stuff on there. Okay, LGVN before the thing went crazy on Friday. And if any of you guys play this pre-market, this is I think I'm pretty sure Buffalo, did you play this one too? Yeah. So here goes a perfect. This is a 5-minute 8 EMA moving average breakout flag. This is your bull flag. That just, see how extended it got? Super extended. We're not playing any of this crap right here. We're waiting for the pullback, and then I got in early on this one. I saw the volume ramp up. I bought the first pullback. This is your first flag. This is, these are a little bit riskier to play, because if you look at it, it could have pulled back more, and really gave us that sharp pullback for, more buyers step up. But this is the first pullback after all this going on right here, and this is pretty much, decent volume, right? 100K almost. This almost looks like it would be a kill candle, but it's not. People wanted this to go. You got another flag right here, a real flag, and then another flag right here. This is kind of like your sideways flag, but if you kind of look at it, it does pop up and start to pull back. So it does give us this pullback right here. This is another flag, but this is the one I want to really touch base on, because again, right, your first entry on this is going to be the 5-minute 8, in my opinion, right? This is the VPA. Sellers are starting to let go. Like, this is a little bit of buyers, a little bit of sellers. It's not selling off completely, but in order for a bigger move to happen, we want to see and get a pullback out of it, so that anybody who missed this is now going to step up to the plate for the next leg up. This was beautiful. I can't believe yesterday too, the thing went to 28 bucks. Unbelievable. But anyways, first 5-minute candle make a new high. If you kind of see this right here, you might have gotten chopped out playing this one right here. Let's try to make new highs. Didn't it? It pulled back. But once it finally did do that, look what it did right here. It broke out with heavy volume. 280,000. This is just another flag. This is your 5-minute 8 EMA moving average breakout. It got super extended. Needed time to cool. We're waiting. We're being disciplined. This is your first ads. Or you can add the boat on this one. It's however you prefer. I'm not telling you guys how to trade. I like to see confirmation, so I take a starter, and then I add in, right? Not at 1189. I add in before that, so if it breaks, I'm in, and now I'm just riding the momentum up, And again, what do? I sell early. I think I took my profits at, this is the one where I put everything on the $13 wall, and it just got bought up and just kept going. Like, You know, my shares didn't mean anything. Obviously, it's not like I have 100,000 shares, so it's not going to stop this. But, you know, looking back, you know, this broke 13, didn't even pull back and just kept going. You know, I missed out on a whole dollar, you know, and this set up a 1 minute flag and then made new highs to 1337s or 1437, sorry. So, guys, moving forward, we're looking for the VPA. If things get extended, we're waiting for a different type of flag. If the momentum is there, right, and we see something like on SPI, oh, I don't know why it's not typing. Yeah, yeah. I don't know why my thing's tweaking right now. Let me see. I probably clicked it too many times. I'll be honest. You know, in any situation, I'm interested in playing them, but are you talking about this move right here? So this is pretty much a bounce off that previous high. Yeah. Okay. I don't think I played this right, but if anybody did miss this, right, this is an excellent spot to try to take a position, right? This is another flag. I just think like um I think you know playing this, and if you can learn how to play these and load the boat, you don't have to play these. But if you did miss this, this is excellent. You know, bounces off previous highs, buyer step up. Oh, my thing just tweaked again. But yeah, um, yeah, Buffalo, you definitely could have took a stab at that, 100%. Yeah, yep, it broke the 8, but now we're looking for levels, right? And this is a previous high spot. Yep, absolutely. Still pops up. It's flagging. You got your flag. You know, this is one of those ones that it's like almost like a pennant where it just pulls all the way back to the bottom of the flagpole. You know, but it did bounce right here. Um, okay, in this case, I wouldn't say it's necessarily a flag like this where it has the VPA because it's kind of like a heavier volume sell-off. Um, I think this is going to be more over a play that's bouncing off the previous high. And to me, these are scalps. I'm looking for it to scalp, like I'm scalping this. I'm not playing a flag and looking for it to break out craziness. This is a bounce type. This is a bounce play to me, in my opinion. You know. Let me see what else. Okay. And then guys, so one thing I wanted to go over with you guys because I talked to Fappy about this, right? We're seeing these plays. If you're getting chopped up, if you're not finding something consistency or anything that's consistent, guys, this is the sauce. If you look at anything that ran previously that ran in the past, you're gonna see it on the 5 minute that we got pullbacks, and they're mainly flags, right? You got the pull, low volume pullbacks, and next leg up, and sometimes you get 2 or 3 of them. I would like for everyone who's doing this stuff to stay away from those flags that are the third one up, because what happens is that it's kind of gonna bounce like on LGVN yesterday before this actually broke out. Here goes a perfect example, right? Look how big this is. Look how extended this already is. So this is one of those flags that it pulls back, right? I know me and Bob we got filled in we got filled in this, but I scalped it, right? I mean, if you look from here to there, that's about 70 cents, right? I'm not looking for this to break out because just look how extended the whole move is from $8, you know, all the way to 12. It needed more time to cool off, and that's what happened right here, you know. This was crazy yesterday. I wasn't even here for that. What a move, though. Here goes a flag that I did play Friday, or yesterday. I'm sorry. You know, this pops up. Look at the volume. Look at the VPA. Stair step down. Guys, I see this and I just like it's like bling. Like I'm taking a stab at it. You know, if it fails, it fails. But yeah, moving forward, stay away from the ones that are super extended. If you do get, you know, if you do take a stab on it, which is fine, it's a pullback. It's on the 5-minute 8. Don't look for this thing to break out and make new highs. Take your gains right here. It's perfectly fine. It's still attempting to play this flag right here because the VPA was there, right? Pulled back, bounced. It just never broke out. Why? Because it's super, super extended. All right. And then lastly, before I get off, guys, remember, right? We're trading. Anybody who's trading full time, if you go back and work a regular job for 8 to 10 hours, if you need to quit trading again and go do that and see what it feels like, go ahead and go do that. Remember what it's like. So if you're playing these setups and there's 3 or 4 flags throughout the day and you're patiently just waiting for these, and I know you guys can do any other strategy, play this, play that, that's fine. Back test it. My point is that, if you nail a couple of these a day and you made 500 bucks, 1,000, a couple thousand, 3, 4, 5,000, stop trading. Once this is gone, once these flag setups are gone, look at all this crap right here. Now, if this is nice because this picks up, if you can be fully disciplined, that's fine. But my point is, before anybody was working 8, 10 hours a day, we got to take orders. I'm in the military. Other people got bosses. Remember what that feels like. So be satisfied that if you can make 500 bucks off a flag, it's worth it. You just made more money than your regular job. If you really look at this 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes to patiently wait, on the one from before, this is the one that got super extended. So you missed it 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40 minutes. Now we're writing this out, right? So this is an hour. You had to wait a whole hour, and if you played your cards right and you slapped it with some size, or even whatever the case may be, 1,000 shares, 500 shares, you rode this from 1150s, you got 2 points. So, you just made a couple grand. You just made, a couple $100, whatever the case is for anybody. You did this in an hour. Just remember that. Like, look how, trading, look what trading can be. You just traded for an hour off this setup, and now what you could do is the next day is wait for the next setup. We get better how to play it. You get more confident and you play it again, So my goal personally is not to sit at my setup and trade all damn day, We're trading for financial freedom, trading for time with our family, and to get away from our 9 to 5 day job. So there you go, guys. I wanted to stream this. I appreciate, I see 40 people showing up. But yeah, guys, I'm going to get off. I'm going to get ready for the open bell, which is in about 30 minutes. So I'll see you guys later.